Sorry about that. I've been talking for close to 30 minutes without hitting the go live button. You guys missed a lot. You guys missed a lot, and I'm sorry, Signal members. You guys, Signal members were okay, but my YouTube fam was in the dark, so I apologize for that. You guys missed everything. It was juicy. I can get rid of this. You guys missed. So I ended up taking a trade yesterday on the deep charts. On the deep charts eval that I purchased with you guys on Friday, and ended up taking a trade last night. Pretty much right at the market open. Took a long with 1 micro. And I just closed that. Well, I didn't close that position, but my trailing stop got closed out at about 260 points of profit on that trade, which was really nice. And I was talking a lot about the deep charts. So far, I am really, really, really liking the platform. It is very intuitive. It's very easy to use. I don't have all of the fun gadgets yet with the charts, like the big trades, or there's a few other things that I was really interested in. And the level 2. So they have like a book map, heat map kind of that you could put right on your charts, which is something that I've said, you know, book map should look into doing like an integration with NinjaTrader where you can actually get book map, heat map right on your chart. I think that would be amazing. So far the experiment on the new deep charts platform, I really, really do like. I've been really, really impressed with the system. Very, very easy to use. Again, some questions that I personally have is, you know, what brokerage can I use if I wanted to attach like a live account to deep charts? I don't know that yet. I haven't gotten that answered yet. I do know that I can't trade like my Apex, my Tradeify, my Lucids, because those are all on Tradeivate Prop, and their Tradeivate Prop is not supported with deep charts. So that's kind of the biggest hang up right now. I did take that 50K Blue Sky evaluation on Friday, which is now nicely up in profit. So yeah, the deep charts program so far I really, really like. I did go over, guys, right now. I don't necessarily want to replay my entire disaster from Friday, but if you guys didn't watch the video from Friday afternoon, I did end up taking a trade right after the stream ended. Took a short on the NQ with a 10-point stop. I think I had my TP somewhere set around 30-40 points. And the second that I hit the short button, I knew that something was wrong. My orders took a few seconds to populate on the screen. Before I even saw my order entry, before I even saw the lines on the chart, I looked at my P&L. My P&L was already sitting at like negative 4,700. My leader account got knocked out at 10 points of loss, which was great for the leader account. It's the one that I don't care about at all. All my fundeds, which were on the micros, I was probably trading about 100 contracts between all of the funded accounts. Those were all what I consider to be like naked positions, because there was no brackets that I could see, because the brackets already got canceled out. And news hit right at exactly at that second. It was I think it was the Prime Minister of Pakistan came out and said that there was a lot of misinformation on the peace deal, and that the peace deal looked like it was moving forward. And I believe that you can't see my executions anymore, because they do go away after a day. Once the day finishes, they reset to the next day. But I found an area of seller supplied volume here. We're in a downtrend. We had a nice little break of structure, impulsive move. Got my order confirmation on the footprint. Everything looked really good on it. Took a short, and in a matter of about 4 or 5 seconds, my entire month's profit, that pretty much 10 grand, was wiped away from my funded accounts. So it was, I think, as unfortunate as I've personally kind of experienced, but what are you going to do? Got to go back to work and try to take some good trades. That's all. Not try to make that money back, but just try to take some good trades here. I kind of went over all the key levels and everything here from today, but I'll just let you guys know some areas that I'm looking at right here. There is some seller balance volume here at the 372 to the 348 on the NQ. We've got some buyer unbalanced volume here sitting at the 3052 to the 30034. And then we've got key levels sitting below here. So key levels 906, 760, 678, 456, and the 29230. So that's the NQ. Yes, looks pretty similar. Yes, has got a seller unbalanced volume here sitting at the 7563 to the 7543. And then we've got buyers sitting down here at the 7504 to the 7483. And a shit ton of key levels as well. 7480, 7461, 7436, 7397, and the 7366. So that's the ES. And lastly, in golds, we've got sellers sitting up here at the 43.89 to the 43.71, and we've got buyers sitting up here at the 43.38 to the 43.20. Again, I apologize for not hitting the live button. If my wife was home, she is in Florida with my son. They had some type of orientation for his college, and if she would have been home, she would have been knocking on the floor upstairs, letting me know that I didn't hit the live button. But yeah, I ended up taking a really nice trade last night. We got that obviously huge gap to the upside. I did fumble. I did fumble this entry a few times. You could see a few 1 -1, 1 -1. Those are all break-even trades. It was the first trade that I had taken in the Deep Charts platform, and I felt very confident in taking the trade. But I did see there was a little feature there that you can check mark for break-even ticks. I had it set to 40, and because I saw a break-even button, and on my NinjaTrader affordable indicators order entry management system, that's a long freaking thing. I have a break-even button that will take me to plus 40 ticks. So I thought it would be the same thing on the Deep Charts platform, but it wasn't. It was actually, once I had selected that, once I had price action move up 10 points in my favor, it would take me to break even, and then I would get knocked out. And I couldn't figure out why I was getting knocked out constantly at break even. Then I realized that it was that. I unselected that. I ended up taking a long, which I was still in the long. I was in the long for 12 hours because I got in yesterday. I was actually in for about 13 and a half hours on that trade. I ended up making 270 points on that. My entry was right down here. I ended up closing right up here. Really never in any drawdown. I don't even think I was in like $5 or $10 on drawdown. And again, 1 micro. But at least this account's sitting nice in the profit to start with. Kevin, good morning. Anybody catch the UFC fight last night? It was pretty good. I think the last two fights were fantastic. Yeah, Rob, that peace candle got me good on Friday. Got me real good. ETR is currently at about 16 points. Now we've obviously been in a medium pace uptrend here since the Sunday Open yesterday. I think we gapped about 300 points. Yeah, we gapped about 300 points to the upside. Obviously, hearing some positive news from the Middle East. We'll see if that changes or not. Quite frankly, I'd be happy to have that over with. But I also feel like if that's over with, I think we're obviously going to lose a lot of volatility in the market. You know, the Iran war is really what's been fueling all of the price action over the last 5 weeks. So, you know, what do traders do after that? I have not rolled over yet on contracts. I've been looking at open interest, and we're pretty much dead even on volume between June and September. Open interest on June's contract is still double the size, but I'm actively looking at this because I think that we might see the actual rollover either today or it's going to have to be by tomorrow morning. You don't want to get on the new contract too early. I know some platforms were already moving on Friday. You don't want to be in too early because then you're getting in on some kind of illiquid. That doesn't sound right, but illiquid contracts that don't have the most volume just yet. And price action is going to be very different between, not price action, but contract price, or current price is going to be a little different too than on the two contracts. So just understand what's kind of occurring. Sorry about that. I had to take a call really quick. Morning, Tiger. Well, Tiger, so far I've been really liking the deep charts platform. Ended up taking a really nice trade last night. Was in this trade for about 13 hours, just on one micro. I ended up taking 200 and close to 270 points here on the NQ, on the MNQ, I should say. I wish it was on the NQ. On that blue sky eval that we took out on Friday. But yeah, I've been telling the stream that so far there's nothing I don't like about there's nothing I don't like about the platform. I actually really enjoying it. You know, I think obviously the biggest negative right now is them not supporting Trade of 8. Nor do I really know what brokerage I can attach to this as far as like a live account would be concerned. Not that I have a need for it right now. I'm still very happy with NinjaTrader, but this is much easier, in my opinion. You get the tools. It just looks better. Looks better. It's very intuitive. We just kind of ran into some unbalanced volume there from sellers. This doesn't look terrible for a small short here. I'm gonna take a stab short here. Not sure why that's taken so long to... Why is everything so slow? Right there. Let's see if we can get a quick little reaction here or not. This guy to about 8 3/4 points there. Okay, stopped out there. Oh, shoot. I was on the wrong chart. Shit. Sorry about that. I took a short right here, just in this little unbalanced volume area. Did get a flip here on the candle into unbalance. Was only targeting about 14 points right back down to here, but unsuccessful on that attempt. ATR is currently around 17 points. I do have some. Do get a piece of news. I think it's U.S. industrial production today. Yeah, 8:15 U.S. industrial production. How many of you guys have rolled over to September? So currently volume is slightly up on September. Open interest is still about half of what June is, but volume is now starting to favor September. So I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on that. Might make the switch here today. I was thinking I was going to probably have to make it by tomorrow. But that could jump really fast. So just note that I am still on September's contract, so I'm sorry, I'm still on June's contract. So just kind of be careful with the levels here. I put that disclaimer in Discord here this morning that you're gonna have to be super careful comparing my levels with your contract levels. They will start to not match up. So I'm going to put an order in. Let's see if I can. I've been wanting to try this little feature out. I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to put an order in here to go long. If we can come back into this weekly band here, which would equate. Let me show you my trading view. Trading view. Weekly bands. Okay, so if we come back into, so we gapped up here last night pretty strong, 300 points. We had a pretty 300 point gap to the upside. This is where I ended up actually taking my entry, actually somewhere right around here. Took my entry yesterday, last night, to go long with a micro. Ended up closing that out this morning, so I was in that trade for a good 13 hours. But nice trade. But now this weekly band here is now going to be also acting as support down here for buyers. We do have a lot of buyer unbalanced volume sitting right here. So I've been meaning to try this little feature, if I can get down here. This feature right here. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. Let's see. So you can do a tool for your risk to reward. Let's put this guy right here. Bring the risk down to here. And let's go 2 to 1. Right there. Now, I think if I click on here, should probably take one more micro, but I believe if I click on this and I hit entry order, oh, very cool. That did it. That's cool. I mean, again, it's got some really nice features over NinjaTrader. Like this, I think is pretty. It's pretty slick and pretty easy to use. I do like that a lot. So we'll see. We'll see if we get a retracement down into that buyer band down there. I'll leave that one. Get rid of this guy. Rob, go to the spot where you. Let's do it. And any help that you've got. All right. So what do you say, Rob? Go to the spot where you can set the quantity and put it on risk. It won't let me. The drop down only gives me quantity. I see risk, but I can't click it. Oh, so for that, because I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos on it last night. For that, I need to go into the risk settings and set it. There's money, show settings, quantity. I think it's here, right? I'm pretty sure that risk stop, risk target. I think this is where I would select it if I want to set myself up with a fixed amount of risk. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I did see that somewhere. Enable stop mode, ticks or money. No. Stop value. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I did see that where it'll automatically calculate how many quantities you need for your automatic risk. But I really haven't set one yet, so I don't know if necessarily know if I need to mess around with that yet. But under stop loss, set it to money instead of ticks. So like under where it says, oh, I wish I can, you guys could see this, but I have to reformat that my whole OBS to make that work. Let's see here. Probably not the smartest idea right now, but let's see if I move this guy here just a tad. Guess we can see this here. Oh no. Again, not the smartest thing to be doing right now. I just lost my whole thing. Oh boy. I should not have done that. Oh, I'm getting a message. Rollover is required. That's interesting. All right, let's see if I can get this done right. And then it needs to be this guy. It might have shrunk too much, but we'll see. Hopefully that's clear on the screen. I don't know if it is, but lock that into place there. All right, so like over here in the order management thing, where would I set that at? Because I see under stop loss, it says either ticks or money. Over here, there is an area for quantity. There is risk, quantity or risk, but I can't select it. It's grayed out there up here. I don't know why. You can also create yourself a sim account instead of using Bluesky for these tests. That's no fun. That's no fun. Mode. Stop loss TP. I'm assuming you're talking about money. If I could set it to money here, and let's say I want to risk, I don't know. Let's see, $300. And then TP $600. Let's see if that'll work. So if let's close this guy out. Also, I do see a little bug too. Like when you have a drawing tool, it does make it a little weird to grab the thing that you're trying to grab, but it's fine. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, see, it doesn't do it. Like I saw yesterday how this will automatically take, like I think this needs the settings, not the OCO. Show settings fixed. Risk stop. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it the way it is for now. I'll pick around with this later. So we gotta go to 1 to 2. And then we've got to entry order. That's good for now. Oh, I got you, not the tool. I'll play around with that in a second. I gotta use the washroom. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm gonna refresh my coffee. All right, we got about 10 minutes for market open. Fortunately, this was an area that I was actively looking here for a possible short. Looks like timing isn't going to be the greatest on that one. So here's what volume's looking at right now between the two contracts. This is what you want to be monitoring right here. So if we take a look at June's volume's currently at 269,000 versus September, which is down here. September is now kind of overtaken on the volume. Open interest is still pretty high on June. So realistically, we probably will be rolling over either sometime today or early tomorrow morning. Morning, Holy Earth. Yeah, I'm thinking about also taking a, let me take a short here on the ES in this weekly band sitting up here. So, I know there's probably better ways to do this, but we'll just do it this way. Let's see what kind of, okay. And let's put this to 2 to 1. one's in here on the ES, or on the, I should say the MES, just one micro. And that's playing off of the weekly band here on the ES that we're approaching right here. Even though I know we've got 5 minutes here to market open. I know we got a lot of positive news over the last couple of, I should say over the last day. But ES has been finding it very hard to get through these weekly bands. Four minutes here for the market open. All right, less than a minute here for the market open. All right, we're open for business here. Right there, hit the reaction zone. We do have a prior key level sitting up here at the 30,423. All right, so we did get into this. ES trade. I should say the MES trade. So again, just targeting a 2-to-1 off of a weekly band here. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Morning, Miss K911. So as of right now, best long opportunity as of right now is sitting in this unbalanced volume area here from buyers at the 30.052s down to the 17s. Like to take one right off the purple band if we get down there. We do have volume here. It's kind of like a ledge right here, and it does fall off pretty significantly right after this key level here. So this could be a scalping opportunity here to the short too off of this. Currently ATR is sitting at about 23. That's going to move up just a bit once it starts calculating these new candles sitting over here. Even though these have been more tame, these are about 50 points. This one's about 20 points, so much different volatility than what we've seen. And volume is definitely starting to pick up on September's contract, so we might have to do this rollover here, and probably within the next hour or two. Pretty tame morning. Which I will take. Not really seeing anything on the 60 that's all right, I'm gonna take a short there. Let's see if I can pop this guy right above there. Let's go. Let's see if we get some movement here. That was a short off the 60. ETR is currently at 30. I'll take that one to break even. Come on. Oh. And we got a nice push too. Thought we had it on that push. Thought we had it on that push. 26 points. Just needed about 3 more points there. Got in on the 60 range right here. Got my flip right here. Good positive delta. So it's a good trade. Yeah, I was targeting 30 points there, which was equal to the ATR on the 2-minute. And we got pretty close. We got to 27, so we're about 2 points away from hitting our full TP there. But and that is all right. Really looking at September now. I mean, September now is volume's definitely overtaken June's, so we might need to roll over here pretty soon. Tiger, I think maybe what might have happened is my leader might have got knocked out, but maybe my fundeds were still active, and then they finally then got knocked out at 2 points. Let's call it break even. And you know, one thing I'm tinkering with is is if volatility does start to kind of come down, which we're already seeing, you know, ATR at 31, we would normally be at about a 65 to 70 ATR at this point on the normal days. I am really contemplating possibly moving all my funded accounts to the minis. My stop is so kind of controlled recently. I mean, obviously, if I would have had a mini on that trade on Friday, I would have blown all my accounts. There's no, you know, there's nothing that would have helped me there. Actually, I take that back. If I would have been on the E-minis, what the fuck? If I would have been on the E-minis on Friday on that last trade, I probably would have just gotten out with a 10-point loss. So I do take that back. That would have been a better scenario. Currently down on the ES trade. Down 45 bucks right now. Yeah, it would have been nice. Yeah, we are super bullish right now. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be scalping a short right here, but at the same point, these weekly bands have been very, very tough for the market to get through. They've pushed, and they might stay in here for a couple of hours, but I know there's a lot of positive news surrounding the markets right now, so definitely against the trend there. That's just on an eval over there on the deep charts trade. I feel a little spoiled because I did make 260 point profit on the NQ this morning on there. Be nice to see if we can revisit any of these two spots down here that I've got marked off in purple. If we can maybe retrace down to there, that would be great. If they do come in here right now, this is unbalanced. If they don't tap into it before touching the purple, it's a good target. Come on. Come down. Come down just a little bit. Come on down. Don't do that. Don't do that yet. Come on down. And now they left the 75s unbalanced. It's a little bit smaller of a target. I'd like to get an ATR here, which is about 30. Come on, get into that purple. Let's go. I know buyers are sitting there, and I know you guys are scared, sellers. Let's go. You're going to have to try them out here. This closes green. I'm going to take a long. Not seeing negative delta here. All right, they didn't show it to me there. Interesting. Come on. Oh, that would have been a good flip there. All right, I'm gonna take an entry there and bring this down to right here. See if we can get a pop here. Nope, stopped out. All right, none of these held up. I think if they break through, if sellers can break through on this piece of unbalanced volume area here, we might need to start looking at some selling points here. All right, about 25 minutes here for initial balance to be set. We'll see how they fare out right here. This is what they've left unbalanced on the 120 range, so which they just tapped in. I don't know. I don't really. Both the buyers and the sellers here don't look very strong. Could range right here. I'm kind of feeling like we play this range here, which I'm okay doing. That's about a 60-point range if we can get a nice little entry down here. Come on, a little lower, man. Okay. This is literally missed that by a fucking point. It feels very rangy right here, like we're just going to be kind of bouncing in between here, so I can stay patient and see if I can get a good entry. Was that little low that they put in right there? A little frustrated here. Oh, that's terrible entry. Terrible entry. Shit. The easiest target's right here. It's 29 points. Let's see if we can grab that at least. I do think that they're going to balance this out here at the 3470s. We've been kind of just ranging like crazy, so let's see. Jesus. Oh, boy. All right, I'll be back. don't know. I really think the shorts have got it right now. They're definitely showing the most strength right here. Hmm. I got it too late there. Let's see if they fill. Okay, now I should be filled here on everything. All right, and this is going to be, I know, a very big target, guys, but that's where I see unbalanced volume. Let's see if we get a push here. Let's take a look at this on the map. Just looks very, very weak right now. It's too much right there. It's more than I want. More than I want. But we'll give it that extra room there. Let's see the 60. 60 flipped right there. Actually, there's no reason to give it more room than that. Right there. All right, we need to see a dump. Come on, a little bit of continuation. Let's go. September's definitely got a lot more volume now. I really do. I think that's where they're going. I'm going to keep my target right here. I'll be right back. All right, how we doing on this one? Back to break even. Oh, that was a nice little dump there. If I would have been there, I probably would have. Let's see, 44 points. Ugh. Oof. That would have been a nice one. This is where they got to balance out. I'm going to stay in this trade. This might be my last bullet of the morning, but I don't see really any reason for them to go much higher here. I think that this would be their natural spot for them to want to balance out. Good job, Steve. Sorry, just saw that. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's kind of a tug of war here. All right, nothing more to do here. Well, we gave it a shot. Maybe I should have been so greedy with such a big target. ATR is still pretty low. I know this is going to hurt to look at it, but... points. Oh. Well, not a good start to the morning. Not a good start to the week. Stinks. I do think it's time to roll over, unfortunately. I'm seeing volume definitely increasing. Oh, looks like I got stuck in the range too. Just a lot of selling pressure right here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. A lot of selling pressure right here. Did see a flip on the 60. Where this guy was at, I think it was here. Let's see the ES trade. Probably practically back to break even. Like I said, I said this was going to take a long time for it to get through this band. You know, it's going to be very difficult for it to get through there, which was kind of another confluence that I had here on a short on the NQ. And I do know that this is what they want to balance out. Now, one thing I will say is, over the last few weeks, the IBs have really not been respected really at all. They've really used it mainly for a retest and go. In today's exact volatility that we're in right now, today could be a really good day for a possible reversal from here. I've kind of run out of bullets here. Taken down from Friday, I've taken about 15 grand in drawdown between the funded, so all on one trade too. So at this point, I need them to go to an extreme one way or the other, either to the top or the bottom. I don't really care. But we got to get out of this range. I've been kind of paper cutted to death here this morning. Oh, initial balance is like 195 points. I am going to short here. I think I'm going to take one more shot at a short. It just feels very, very dumpy to me. Let's see. Oh, no. All right, I'm done for the day, guys. I'm done. I can't withstand more of these paper cuts today. All right, I'll be back at it tomorrow. Shit ass day of trading, but I have a strong feeling that the best trade of the day is going to be this guy right here. I don't know why, but I feel like this guy's going to come through too on the ES. Of course, the one that's not going to really matter for me, but this just looks really dumpy. Or at least I'll say I think we hit the initial balance low before we hit the initial balance high. That's my that's my thoughts. All right.